What up, though? This your boy Cousin P, and you're tuned in to the spot.
The spot where the ears meet the street.
Here with the players, the best. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you. Damn, I don't even know. I gotta hit the shit where your ear eat. What is it? Where your ears meet the street. Where your ear meet the street. The spot where your ear meet the streets, man. Where your ear meet the
Hey y'all, this is Vicky. Welcome to the spot where the ears meet the streets. Today we're tuned in with Celsius.
What's happening?
It's more motivating to see a nigga on his feet than on his back. Facts.
Back in the day, I used to sack it and serve.
Yeah.
Now I just stealing sin so I can stay off of the curb. I had to go through it. Yeah, I had to grow through it.
Hey.
Now a nigga gotta stack every band. Fuck tryna blow through it.
Facts.
I took a couple risks, got tired of slaving.
Let's get into it. So, what do you think about the current state of hip hop?
Honestly, it's really just evolving. You know, we come from where it's been boom bap, where it's been now it come from East Coast or the Bronx. You got the boom bap, you got the elements, graffiti, MCing, DJ, breakdance, and so forth. And now we come from the West Coast, and which is pretty much my region, and it's gangsta, it's political, it's some of the same things that we adapted from the East Coast, and now you got down south where it's just, you know, it's trap, it's bounce, it's soul, it's a little bit of everything. So now that everything's come together, and also like the Midwest too, which Midwest is like a melting pot of all three regions come together. So pretty much like now I look at it like, honestly, it's good, man. The change is good. You can't expect everything to stay the same forever. If not, there's no growth, there's no evolution. None of that comes together really. It's supposed to be like this.
What are you hoping that your fans get from your music?
Well, what I hope my fans get from my music really is a person that's everyday. It's a person that's honest, that's transparent. I work a 9 to 5. I got a family. I got kids. I got a wife. Dealing with the struggles of evolving every day. How do I come from point A to point B? Dealing with the state of what the world is today. You know what I'm saying? My kids is out here. You know, and also trying to be in a game where it's, you know what I'm saying, one minute they love you, next minute they hate you, and they love you again. You know, so the constant energy struggle of that is just me day to day fighting through that. And I'm an everyday person like anybody else. So that's what I plan to pretty much give to my fans, like my mind state, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, where I'm at, and who am I all together.
Okay, so you got meaning and purpose that you put into your music.
Exactly.
You want your fans to connect with you on a personal level. Maybe they can relate to what it is that you're speaking about, correct?
Mm-hmm. Everybody can't relate to, you know what I'm saying, trapping every day or riding a foreign or having a bunch of women at their disposal or vice versa, you know what I mean, or out here pimping or whatever the case may be. Some people will live an average life. Some people will live a life that everybody can correlate on all levels. Everybody has a struggle. Everybody has a moment in their life. Everybody has a point to where they feel at their highest level how they feeling. Everybody's not gonna wake up like feeling happy. It's people that's surviving things, depression and so forth, having anxieties, and I share the same struggles. So why not put that out there? Being transparent with somebody that can connect with you. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Everybody looks at what a real rapper is and what a fake rapper is, and what I think a real rapper is somebody that's actually being who they are, not afraid of doing that, but actually being themselves and encouraging others to be themselves. Whereas a fake rapper is pretty much somebody that's giving you something, but it's something that they didn't pen themselves. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily coming from them, it's coming from somebody else actually writing it, but doesn't have the voice for it. That's what I consider a fake rapper.
So you ain't making music for nobody fake. This is for the real people living everyday life.
Most definitely. Hell yeah.
Okay. What is success to you in terms of music in your life in general?
Success as far as music wise is having somebody tell me, hey man, this song or this line in one of your songs stuck with me and it resonates within my mind state and my soul and my heart, meaning that I probably saved you from being depression, one point away from taking too many pills or slicing your wrist, or you being in the car and just saying, fuck it, I'm about to crash this off the cliff or whatever. Based on one of my songs doing that, or somebody feeling like they never gonna win and they hearing a song like, I needed this to motivate me because I gotta win. Like, I'm not gonna lose forever. This is temporary. You know what I mean? So I appreciate those that actually speak up on that. And even if you don't, and even if it does resonate with you and you feel like, okay, if I ever meet this person, I'm gonna tell them thank you, but since I'm not around, they don't really know me. I'm gonna keep it in my mind for them to be like, well, thank you because it saved my life. And that's what it's really all about. Like, music should be two things: entertaining and inspirational. Like Nip say, like the main thing for anybody to inspire is to aspire. You know what I mean? And I always crave to aspire somebody to be inspired to do anything that they put their heart into.
Okay, and you brought up Nip. Is he somebody that influenced you?
Not musically, but for community-wise and, you know, for his life goals and things that you can achieve. Most definitely, yeah. Because he connected with his community. He done things that most people wouldn't think of, which is when you get money and you get it, most people just move out and go to the suburbs. He didn't necessarily do that. He took that money and whatever he did, because people invested in him, he invested right back. You know, Vector 90s, Marathon Store, restaurants, barbershops, helping schools, programming. You know what I mean? You got the Vector 90, which basically helps those young entrepreneurs to have a place to do business. You got after school programs. You donate shoes for those who, you know what I'm saying, for kids who always don't have a means for their parents to give them clothing for school and those type of needs. So you provide it for the community. You know what I mean? So why not when you're a person of that stature?
Right. And there are a lot of kids in the community that don't have it. You know what I mean? So they look up to musicians when they come and they do things like that. And it's a positive look. It's a positive thing. It also gives the kids insight to want to do more and want to do better. So I commend you on that.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so staying outside of the box is key. How would you accomplish that?
Man, first and foremost, standing on my principles, standing on my moral and my music, keep being transparent, keep being myself, but also finding a niche way to market myself. That's an easy way to stand out. What makes you different from everybody else? Subject matter, you know, your impact, and once again, purpose. Purpose is always the main thing that you can start with. That's the base of it all, is the purpose. Who are you, what you plan to do, and being yourself. Being transparent is always key. So when they see you, are you who you are when you're making your music, when you create your music? There's nothing wrong with being creative and thinking outside the box of what you're supposed to do. But when people see you, are you a person that's approachable? Can they come up and speak to you? Can they feel like they can come talk to you and share things with you? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people that are of the stature that are out there, sometimes when you meet these people, they're not always susceptible to being greeted or being approached. You know what I mean? Because of what the stigma of fame is. You got some artists that deal with anxieties and depression, to where they feel like when they go outside, people are following them, people are looking at them, people are like, it's all eyes on them. And it gets to a point where you kind of can't be paranoid. Like, this is what comes with it. So you're dealing with people that are resonating with what you do and who you are. And you got all type of walks of life. So when these people come up and greet you and so forth, nothing wrong with saying, hey, hi, how you doing? People don't want pictures and autographs. And also, fans gotta remember, sometimes these artists are everyday people just like you. They just have more money. That's it. It's the only thing. And people support the artist. The artist doesn't necessarily say, like, pay the people to support them. It's the people that come to the show, stream the music, download the albums, buy the merch. This is how we make our living, through the people. So first and foremost, artists always have to give thanks to the fans, the supporters. These are the people that make or break your living as an artist. Point blank.
And that's pretty awesome that you want to connect with the people. That helps the people feel like you are down to earth and you are a regular person like them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's pretty awesome that you do that. I can't say a lot of them do it, but
yeah,
it's pretty cool that you do. Well, we live in a city where many people rap.
Mm-hmm.
what do you feel? You brought up that you need to stand out. What do you feel specifically makes you stand out from everyone else?
Basically, I ain't talking about shooting 1,000 niggas. I ain't killing 100 niggas in a song. I ain't got no 30 sticks. I ain't playing with no 100 round drums. I'm not driving around no Euros. I'm not pimping. I'm not out here just hustling anything and everything. You know what I mean? Like, people who actually listen to my music, they know I work at 9 to 5. And yeah, I've done some of the street shit, but it's very vague. Can I get the detail? Of course. But then that's self-incriminating yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? One of my songs, I have a line saying, you know what I'm saying, never with the flexing online, that's how fast they tap the lines, and it's very true. How many rappers you know that's probably fighting vet cases right now for the same thing they post on Instagram? Plenty.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, they don't have to do any investigation. You pretty much giving them the evidence right there on Instagram and social media just to prove that you're actually real. You don't have to do that. Those who know.
Do you use your social media as leverage for your music?
In some cases, yeah, but then no, because most of my social media is, some of it's based on music, but a lot of it's based on passing out to other artists or sharing the information that, being that we're in the information age, that anything I come across as far as reading the music business, copyright laws, or people who have knowledge that I actually talk to on FaceTime about the music business and sharing ideas, I give that information to other people who don't look for it. See, and this thing is, it's a low barrier for music, which means it doesn't take much to look up how does publishing work, what are PROs, how do copyrights work, how many copyright rights do you actually have? There's six type of copyright laws that each and every artist producer has. You know what I mean? How to go about getting paid shows without having to sell tickets, which has a lot to do with BMI and ASCAP and Sound Exchange and so forth. With the sync licensing, what are the fees? I'm saying you can look all this stuff up and you can read the books. Jadakiss very much said it like, it's easy. Want to hire something from a nigga, put it in the book, because most niggas ain't gonna read a goddamn thing. They just want to show you, they just want you to show them the money. They don't care about reading no books. Having that knowledge is very key. Knowledge brings keys. Keys open doors. It's pretty simple. You know what I mean? So within that, I also talk about my music like buying land, having escrow, you know what I'm saying, group economics, teamwork. You know what I mean? Not one man can do it by himself. Even look at Master P. Like, he's one of the moguls besides E40 that I look into on an independent level that started off with a team and knew their worth, and they are still here 20, 30 years later. They've done everything every rapper has wanted to do and more. You know what I'm saying? That's how Nip followed that same blueprint. You know what I mean? So I look at that. I look at, you know what I mean, as far as a creative side from artists, I look at artists like the whole TDE camp. I look at Strange Music and Tech Nine, which is another independent powerhouse. You know what I mean? I look at the independent as just the way to go. If you don't want to deal with labels and the things they have to do, because they have a lot of federal banking backing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people mean when it's artists against the machine, and you got artists that hustle harder. Their actual music may not be as good, but their hustle is great. And that's the thing that separates a lot of talented artists from those who are not as talented. It's the hustle, period. You know what I mean? So if an artist that's just as talented as a Locksmith or a Kendrick or a Tech Nine or Eminem, Royce da 5 9 and those sorts, if they had the same hustle as they put into their talent, it'll flourish. I promise you. It's been done. And it's very far and few, and those are what we consider immaculate conceptions as far as the industry goes. So that's one of my things is to learn the game. You know, my talent, I feel like, is there. We can always improve. Art is an ongoing, continuous, evoluted creativity platform. You know what I mean? You're not going to stay the same. I mean, look at Jay-Z. He didn't stay the same from when he was doing Hard Knock Life. He went from that to, you know, well, it's a Black Album. He went from that to the Carters. You're thinking 444, where he's talking about really grown man shit. Like, he's looking at the investments, what they make. If he would have did this years ago, instead of buying on cars, he would have bought that building. Look what it's worth now. Like, credit is important. Like, these are things that, at a grown man level, that you should be thinking about. I mean, you only stay young once. You get older always. You're always gonna get older, period. So just having that mind state of evolving, that's the key to life. You gotta evolve. And my thing has always been this. I never get myself in things or involve myself in things where I can't evolve. So if I can't evolve, I'm not gonna get involved whatsoever. I don't care what it is, regardless of dollar amount anyway. If I don't gain anything from it besides money, and all money ain't even good money. So evolve and stand on your principle, regardless of dollar amount. Because a lot of artists will sit there and take $1 million deal when really the thing is with these deals, and this is the thing about 360 deal for artists who don't know. When you get into these deals, the label is pretty much taking care of everything for you, but they're taking the 25% on top of everything you do, from shows, appearances, features. They're taking all those percentages from you. On top of you having to pay producers or writers or tour managers, attorneys, lawyers, all of that. So when you think you got that $1 million, and then you gotta pay taxes too. That's very important. Pay your taxes. It's gonna suck when the IRS catch your ass. You know what I mean? So please, like, get the knowledge, man. It's out here for you. It's the information age. There's no excuse for any artist not to know what's going on in this game. Period. So that's what it is, and this is why I'm like, as far as the age of hip hop, I'm not surprised at where it's at. Period.
Okay. So, are you working on any new projects? What inspired it?
I'm working on just singles right now. I have like 4 or 5 projects out now. I have my own website, Celsius916.net. You can check that out. All videos are there. All my work is there. You can check me out at Spotify, Tidal, all platforms, Celsius. You know, everything is there. YouTube, IDH TV. Other than that, yeah, just working on doing beats, which I make my own beats as well. And I'm doing singles right now. So I'm working on singles and getting everything ready for 2020 and having a rollout plan. So that's the main thing I'm working on right now.
You write your music, obviously.
100%.
What is that? Where do you get the creativity? Where does that come from?
It comes from basically me watching interviews of other artists or thinking about certain events and reflecting on my life and what I've been through, things that I want to do, things that are pretty much inspiring, like what hasn't been done, you know what I mean, and looking at what has been done and what hasn't been done, or something that's been done but it's my spin on it, you know what I mean. And this is the thing that artists can thrive from. Do things from your point of view. Never be afraid to speak your mind on that. And just because you see this is what's popping now, or this is the wave, that's cool if you want to ride that wave, but put your spin on it and learn how to handle that, and learn how to navigate through it. But what's going to separate you from anybody else, regardless of the wave, is standing on the music that speaks to you, and it's you. You know what I mean? Regardless of the matter, because waves come and go. You know what I mean? Period. There's always different currents, different waves. Some waves don't last as long. Some waves are stronger than the others. You know what I mean? Ask a surfer. He gonna ride any wave that he can handle. If he can't handle that wave, he know not to even get on it. He gonna stay right at the beach side. You know?
Okay, well that concludes all my questions for you today.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out.
Likewise.